welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I am Gem, and let's get to it! So today I thought I would do the Norse mythology book tag because book tags are cool, and I'm probably speeding my way through them way too quickly, but they're fun, you know? That's all the excuse I have right now. Question number 1 in this tag is called Odin, and it is your favorite standalone book of all time. And mine is Day of the Triffids by John Wilhelm. This is the original Apocalypse book, if you are interested. It is pretty much how I imagine it is a bunch of Audrey 2s trying to take over the world. And pretty much the main character, he is in a hospital and everybody has watched this shooting star go past, and so everyone is blind. And so there's half of the world that can see and half the world that can't, and so it is very problematic but really good. And also, like, it's one of those books that doesn't fall on the end that, well, that the end needs to be happy. So it is very, very problematic in some ways, but highly recommend. The next question in this tag is called Thor, and it is a book that hits you in the feels, and mine would be Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert, and it is very interesting book. A lot of people have a lot to talk about this book, but in my case, I feel sorry for Little in this situation, because I feel like when you're given a secret to keep, one that is as weighted as the one that Lion asks of her, it's very much for that one person, and you know, it's a lot to take in, and you know, you should read it and have your own opinion, but that's fine. The next question is Loki, the biggest plot twist or character portrayal you have seen in a book, and I decided to go for both in Six of Crows. This, I don't want to give too much away. If you've read it, you'll know the scenes that I'm probably talking about towards the end of the book, and a little bit with Matthias throughout is what I'm talking about, and I don't want to give too much away because I feel like that is a massive spoiler for the second one. And yeah, if you know, and if you don't, you should probably read it because it's really good. The next one is Frigg, and your all-time favorite OTP in a book, and I feel like I'm cheating a little bit with this one, but Korosami! If you didn't know, this is the next season in the book form. You know how it ended? Didn't end. It's a little bit trashy, but it's also really good. The next one is Heimdall, and that is your favorite second book in a series, and I went with my all-time favorite book, I already showed you, but Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I don't know why I can't say authors' names, okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, my favorite book within the Hunger Games trilogy. This is when you know that the shit is about to hit the fan. Anyway, it's my favorite because of the arena. The arena in this one is so unique and so different, and you know, to the first one, and you know, Katniss has developed so much as a character, or at least I feel that. If you don't feel that, that's okay. And I feel like it's so much better than the movie in so many different ways. Like her and Peter's relationship is so forefront in this, and it's really good. This book is so, oh, look at the spine. Look at the spine. The next question in this tag is called Boulder. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I am wrong, I do apologize. But it's your favorite male character in a series, and I'm going to go with Percy Jackson from the Sea of Monsters. This is just the book that I took off the shelf this morning. He's my favorite male character because he's the only male character that I've ever read that has kind of remained consistent throughout the entire series that he is in. He has grown as a person. He's just always the good guy and will always step up when there is a challenge to face, and I feel like that is a really good thing for him to have as a character's trait. So the next question is Civ, and the most beautiful book cover that you have on your shelves, and I decided to go with a book that I hadn't read yet, and that is Songs of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and just look at it. It has textured, like, front cover, and I just almost hit myself in the face. I don't know if you can tell, but it's cool. I need to read it. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. The next one is Freya, and that is a book or series that just makes you happy, and I decided to go with 2 for this one. 2 for this one, not 4. And that is Leader on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli and Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I didn't know that was the one I picked up, but just Harry Potter in general. I've picked this one because it's just really cute, and I just love Becky Albertalli's writing style. I just think it's really unique and easy to read. And I picked Harry Potter because it is an all-time favorite of mine, and I just feel like whenever I'm feeling down, I can escape into this world and just feel a little bit better about myself. Freya is favorite book setting, and I chose Narnia, of course, because it's the best world. I love it. I just feel like nothing bad things happen, but not as bad as I can think of in the other worlds. Like, for example, like Shadowhunters, Hunger Games, Lord of the Rings. I feel like Lord of the Rings is a little bit similar, but this one's a little bit like, if I could escape to Narnia, I would be happy. The next question in this tag is Tyre? I think that's how you say it. Don't know. And that is your favorite book with a big upheaval or a epic fight scene. And I have not really read many books with super epic fight scenes that are like really memorable for me, but a book that I did read is more based on the adult side of fiction rather than the young adult or children's side of fiction, and that is The Road by Cormac McCarthy. This is actually a really good read if you are interested in the sort of dystopian side of things, more towards like a zombie apocalypse has happened, but it's not super touching on the zombie side of things. It's about surviving. It's about a son and his dad, and it's told in a very unique perspective that I've never come across in books before, and that is as if the person is telling the story, and so the sentences are kind of long, and sometimes they're super short, and sometimes it's just like the innermost thinkings of these people. And a lot of messed up stuff happens in this book, so it is a bit much. I would not recommend it to anyone younger than 16 years old, because I feel like there's a lot going on in this world and too much. This is why it's an adult book. So proceed at your own caution is what I'm trying to say. The next one is Older, and that is a character death that affected you the most. And I was trying to think for the longest amount of time for this one, a character death that really messed me up. And I think the ones that messed me up the most were in Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody. If you have not read it, get on that. But people die, so spoilers. Look away if you want to read this book, because I'm going to be talking about it for a minute. So when you're going through the book, there's a few pages where you know what's going to happen, or at least you know someone is planning the deaths of the illusions. So let me just go over the story. I say her name Serena. I think that's right. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but it's a uniquely spelt name. Anyway, she is in charge of creating illusions for this traveling circus, and all of a sudden one night her illusions start being murdered, and they don't get all of them, just some of them, and it's enough to like mess you up because they're illusions, and you're like, well, how is this happening? And you're following the trail throughout the book to discover who is doing this and why they are doing this and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, it's a little bit like not traumatizing, but on that level, because they're illusions. You're like, but you didn't think they were real people because they were illusions, but now they're being killed. And I was upset going through the different, like, each page, and seeing like one of the illusions like kind of being plotted for like how to get them alone and all sorts of weird things. I was like, my heart is just breaking a little bit. Next one is Norj, and that is a great ocean adventure which I have yet to read, so I'm gonna leave this one blank right now, which I feel bad about, but for the life of me I cannot think of one that I'm just like, yes, great ocean adventure, like epically great ocean adventure. The The next question is Valkyrie, and that is favorite strong female character. Don't know why I clapped. But that is a Nej from Six of Crows, because she's a badass and I love her. I mean, I love Nina too, but... a Nej! Next one is Vanna, and that is favorite book crew of all time. And I'm gonna choose the ones from Heroes of Olympus. Woo! I really like this. I feel like it brings on a whole new level of Percy Jackson awesomeness. Although I do like the Percy Jackson characters way more than the new characters we got given. Except for Hazel. Hazel's okay. Leo's okay too, until the end. He's a little bitch in the end. The next one is Cydras, I think. And that is favorite animal sidekick. And I went with Buckbeak from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And woo, there's a picture of him. Ain't he cool? Anyway, guys, that was the Norse mythology book tag. Hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, because it's nice. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time. Goodbye.